This is PK Min Messages from TeemTHE, and welcome to a deck profile on Serena's Lunalights. Wait, not that Serena. This is the correct Serena. Yeah, this one. Right, enjoy the deck profile. First off, we got TeemTHE's mascot, Lunalight Black Sheep. By discarding Lunalight Black Sheep, we get to add polymerization from our deck to our hand, or we can choose to grab a Lunalight monster from our graveyard back to our hand. Most of the time, I'll be adding polymerization, and her other useful effect is when it's used for a fusion material. You get to add a Lunalight monster from your graveyard or a face-up Lunalight Pendulum monster from your extra deck back to your hand. So it kind of recovers you from the little minus that is polymerization. Next up, we got 3 copies of Lunalight Black Sheep. This monster is usually the follow-up to Lunalight Black Sheep, since when you discard it, she's in the graveyard. And Lunalight White Rabbit has the effect of once per turn you get to special summon a Lunalight monster from your graveyard in defense position. So that gives you a nice little rank 2 exceed play if you want to go that route, or a nice fusion summon since you just grabbed polymerization with Black Sheep. Next we got 3 Lunalight Blue Cat. Now this card is the deck's recruiter, I want to say, because when it's destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon a Lunalight monster from your deck. So that's any Lunalight. If for some reason you're in a very bad scenario and you need to survive, Blue Cat can special summon Blue Cat and Blue Cat. So it's a little wall you can do. And the other effect is when it's special summon, you get to double the attack of a Lunalight monster on the field. Except for Blue Cat, so you can't double Blue Cat. Now that's important with Pendulum Summoning. That's how you get that effect to go off. Or with Lunalight Tiger, the first of the Pendulum monsters that Lunalights possess. Now Lunalight Tiger can help us with Lunalight Blue Cat in many ways. Now first, her Pendulum effect is once per turn you can special summon a Lunalight monster from the graveyard, but its effects are negated, and you destroy it at the end phase. That works especially well with Blue Cat, since it dies at the end phase and you get to special summon another monster. Now her monster effect is when this card is destroyed, you can special summon a Lunalight monster from the graveyard, but it doesn't negate the effect this time. So Blue Cat will come out again, and you can do more plays with Blue Cat. But the part that is pretty funny with Lunalight Tiger is that, you know, when Pendulum monsters are discarding the Pendulum Scales and they go to the extra deck, the monster effect will trigger, so you get both. So you can technically pull off both effects in one turn, which is pretty hilarious. On to the other Pendulum monster Lunalights possess, Lunalight Wolf. Now this card is a interesting one. I do like it very much since I have it at 3 copies. Now it's a scale 1. Now the Pendulum effect is if you summon a Lunalight monster using monsters from your field or graveyard. So it reminds me of Miracle Fusion. I used to play old school heroes back in the day, so that's pretty good. Nice little throwback. And the monster effect just allows all your Lunalight monsters to do piercing damage. It's alright. I mean, most people forget about it, but it's there. For the final monsters of the deck, we are using some of Yugi's Performapal monsters. This includes Skullcrow by Joker, Monkey Board, Odd Eyes Light Phoenix, and 2 copies of Odd Eyes Unicorn. All Performapal monsters. We move on to spells. First, 3 copies of Polymerization, along with 2 Fusion Recovery. To go along with our Performapals, we have 2 Sky Iris and a Terraforming to help search it out. Now Sky Iris is very important because it allows us to complete scales, along with triggering Lunalight Tiger and Lunalight Blue Cat. 3 copies of Fire Formation Tenki. 2 Twin Twisters, 2 Allure of Darkness to back up our Dark monster count. And the last spell is a Luna Light Perfume, which is separated Luna Light, so it's not even a Luna Light card. But it's a nice little Monster Reborn type effect, and you can also banish it from your graveyard to search for a Luna Light monster from your deck to your hand. But you have to discard a card from your hand. Moving on to traps, we have 3 copies of Luna Light Reincarnation Dance. Now this card is amazing for what it does for the archetype. Pretty much when a monster is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can activate Lunalight Reincarnation Dance and you can search your deck for 2 Lunalight monsters. So you can set up your plays after your fallen Lunalight goes away. So you can add Black Sheep to further search polymerization. You can add White Rabbit to grab back Black Sheep that you used previously. You can grab Tiger so you can revive more monsters like, let's say, Blue Cat. The possibilities and combinations that this card can give you are endless. The only problem is once your opponent knows you're playing Lunalights, they'll have a feeling you have this card face down, and it's probably not going to trigger, but you can get around it simply with like Sky Iris. You can activate Sky Iris, blow up your own monsters, and then you can trigger your Lunalight Reincarnation Dance with Blue Cat. And it also works with Skull Crobat Joker since it doesn't require a Lunalight monster to get destroyed. So going first, you know, if you get lucky, open up Joker, do your searches, set a dance, and then see what happens from there. That's Lunalight Reincarnation Dance. And the last two traps are Solemn Warning and Torrential Tribute. On to the extra deck. Starting off our extra deck, we got Lunalight Cat Dancer. Now, Cat Dancer is the main fusion monster that we're going to be summoning simply because the requirements are pretty easy. It just requires 2 Lunalight monsters to summon, and her effect is you contribute a Lunalight monster to make her attack every monster your opponent controls twice, and the first time it battles a monster, the monster it battles is not destroyed. So you can cause some interesting damage with it, and her other effect is when you attack, you inflict 100 points of damage. I just find that very funny because it just inflicts 100, but you never know when that 100 is going to be relevant. So, Lunalight Cat Dancer, the main monster to summon since it's so easy. The next fusion monster is Lunalight Panther Dancer. Now this card requires a Lunalight Cat Dancer as the fusion material. More than likely, we're going to summon this one with Lunalight Wolf's effect. But sometimes, we might give up Lunalight Cat Dancer to go into Panther Dancer, because Panther Dancer, in my opinion, is the best one, because when you summon her, during the main phase 1 of that turn that she's been summoned, you can use her effect, and pretty much is identical to Cat Dancer, where whenever it would battle the opponent's monster, it is not destroyed the first time, it can attack all the monsters, and Panther Dancer is unaffected by card effects, so that's pretty good. And when it destroys a monster by battle, it gains 200 attack points until the end of the battle phase. So pretty much it racks up a lot of damage. When your opponent has a lot of monsters you can take down with Panther Dancer, you pretty much can secure victory just right then and there. The last Lunalight fusion monster is Lunalight Leo Dancer. Now Leo Dancer is pretty crazy because she cannot be targeted or destroyed by her opponent's card effects. With 3,500 attack points, yeah, that's pretty crazy, hard to take down too. Now her effect is very destructive. Pretty much she can attack twice, and after she attacks, she can destroy all special summon monsters your opponent controls. What's that? Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon? Yep, Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon is in this Lunalight deck's extra deck. That was hard to say. Now, how? How do I summon Vortex Dragon? Well, Vortex Dragon's requirements is just 1 Odd Eyes monster and a Pendulum monster. And the Odd Eyes monsters in this deck, I run 3 of them, are Performer Pal Odd Eyes Light Phoenix and Performer Pal Odd Eyes Unicorn, which I play 2 of. And simply by just using regular polymerization, we can go into Vortex Dragon by using one of those 2 cards along with any other Pendulum monster. It can be another Unicorn, it can be Wolf, it can be Tiger, and there we go. We got Vortex Dragon. For the remainder of the extra deck, I included a couple of Exceed monsters that I felt can serve me well. Now the first 2 are rank 6s. We have Constellar Ptolemy M7 and number 39 Utopia Beyond. Now M7 is nice because we can grab back, you know, a black sheep and then pitch it for polymerization, or a white rabbit, you know, that's pretty good. And Utopia Beyond can have a little OTK combination with either Panther Dancer or Cat Dancer. And you simply make these 2 rank 6 by overlaying Monkey Board with Lunalight Wolf, or just 2 Lunalight Wolves together. Next up, we got the Utopia package, number 39 Utopia, number S39 Utopia Prime, and number S39 Utopia the Lightning. A bunch of Utopia forms have been assembled in this extra deck, and we're going to take advantage of them best as we can. This Lunalight deck doesn't play that many level 4 monsters, the only ones being Lunalight Blue Cat and Performer Pal Skull Crobat Joker. Now the way we access this Utopia package is simply with the Pendulum Scales being set up, with Joker being in the extra deck, and some Lunalight Blue Cats being in your hand. When you need any of these Utopias, depending on the situation, there you go, the Utopia package. The other rank 4 is Castel the Sky Blaster Musketeer. The last 2 Exceed monsters are rank 2s, Gachi Gachi Guntetsu and Sky Cavalry Centorea. Yeah, I don't know about that. Just decided to point that out. Now you can just make these 2 monsters by combining, overlaying Lunalight Black Sheep with Lunalight White Rabbit after you've used Black Sheep's effect and dumped it to the graveyard. If you need a rank 2 and you're not going to fuse, this is how you go into our rank 2 Exceeds. For this next portion, I shall be showing some combos and plays that this deck can perform. I hope you enjoy this part of the video. Going off the sample hand I just showed off, you notice it has 6 cards, so it's a going second hand. So let's get started. First, we will discard our Luna Light Black Sheep to the graveyard. Let's make that the graveyard down there. To search for polymerization, we got polymerization, add it to our hand. Then we follow up by normal summoning Luna Light White Rabbit. We'll use White Rabbit, let's put her up here, to target Black Sheep in the graveyard and special summon it. Now, we'll use her effect to spin a card on the opponent's side of the field. For this scenario, they only have a 1-star trap that wasn't reactive to effects and summon. So we'll spin that back so we can go and continue our play freely. Now, we'll use polymerization to fuse White Rabbit and Black Sheep together to fusion summon our Luna Light Cat Dancer. So Cat Dancer has been fused summoned. And since Black Sheep has been used, we'll use her effect to retrieve White Rabbit from the graveyard. There we go. White Rabbit back to our hand. Next up, we'll activate the Scale Luna Light Tiger. We'll use Tiger's effect to revive the Black Sheep that's in the graveyard. The Black Sheep joins again onto the field. Next up, we'll activate the field spell Sky Iris. We'll use Sky Iris to destroy Tiger and place her in the extra deck. Now there's not enough room on the field to show an extra deck, but let's just put the extra deck right up here somewhere. Up here somewhere. Okay. So the extra deck's up there. Alright, now we'll be searching for Performer Pal Odd Eyes Unicorn. Next, we'll activate our scales. Our first one being Luna Light Wolf, and our second one being Performer Pal Odd Eyes Unicorn. The field is so clutch. Okay. So now we can pendulum summon monsters between 2 to 7, but only Luna Light monsters since we have Luna Light Wolf in the pendulum scale. Next, we'll activate Fire Formation Tanky. We'll search our deck for Luna Light Blue Cat. Blue Cat added to our hand. So our hand now has Blue Cat and a White Rabbit. Now we perform a pendulum summon. So we'll pendulum summon Blue Cat and Tiger. Blue Cat and Tiger are pendulum summoned. So now Blue Cat will trigger her effect when she's special summoned. We'll target Cat Dancer, double her attack. So she becomes 48 and then she gains the 100 from tanking. Now we'll use Cat Dancer's effect to tribute off our Black Sheep, if I can get her. So Black Sheep tributed away into the graveyard. So now Luna Light Cat Dancer can attack every monster on the opponent's side of the field twice each. Plus when she attacks, it deals 100 points of damage. Now this is a pretty good field right here. We got 4,900, 1,300, and 1,700 attack points. Plus we got a Luna Light Wolf. So if we want, we can fusion summon more Cat Dancers. And we got a White Rabbit in hand. So next turn, we can follow up with a rank 2 Exceed if need be. That's a pretty good opening or secondary play that I noticed with Luna Lights. That's why Cat Dancer is the main one I go into. I know it's the weakest one, but I feel that you can go far just with her. And the other ones, Panther Dancer and Leo Dancer, come up when you really do need them. Lunalights are a very interesting archetype because they mix well with other archetypes, just like I did with the Performer Pals. Now I'll be explaining a couple cards that I've tried out and some that I'm considering. First, we got Fusion Tag. This card was in my first build of Lunalights, and I do like the card. It did help out summon Panther Dancer easier, but in the long run, it didn't get me anywhere else, and I felt the need to cut it out. Another card that's similar to Fusion Tag is Cattle Call. I haven't tried it out, but I grouped those two together. Next up, we got Luna Light Purple Butterfly. This card would be so much better if her effect was damage steppable, like Blackwing Kalute the Moon Shadow and Honest. The fact that her effect doesn't say during either player's turn, during the damage step, the card would have been way better. So I decided not to play Purple Butterfly. Next up are the Metal Foes. Now the Metal Foes just came out in the Dark Illusion, and I have yet to try them out. They have pendulum scales between 1 and 8, which is similar to the Odd Eyes Unicorn and Monkey Board / Odd Eyes Light Phoenix, because you can summon a vast majority of monsters. But their pendulum scale effect helps out just like Sky Iris, because all you gotta do is destroy a face-up card you control, and then you'll set a Metal Foes still entrapped from your deck to the field. Now that can help trigger out Blue Cat, Tiger, and by doing that you can trigger off Reincarnation Dance. So maybe if something happens to the Performer Pal engine, I'll try the Meta Foes out. Now speaking of the Performer Pal engine, the last card that would make this deck, well my current version, even more amazing would be Odd Eyes Fusion. I don't own the card, but if I did, you best believe I would be using it. And that's it for the deck profile. Hope you all enjoyed Lunalights by TeemTHE. I'm pretty sure it was an interesting take on the deck, or at least I hope it was. Leave any feedback down below. I'll get back to it. And see you all in the next video. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, please give this video a thumbs up and go ahead and share it with all your friends. You can also check out some of our other content by clicking on the annotations on the left or right below. Also, for more updates, you can subscribe by clicking the subscribe button below. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, peace out guys.